Hello, hello, it's Jane from Surface Anthology and Chalk Mercantile. How is everybody today? Oh, it's been a couple of days and I committed to go live every day, and though I was taping a lot of tutorials, so I've been off lives for a few days. So here I am, better late than never, right? So I wanted to go over a couple of things, and then we're going to start a new little craft, a little project that I devised. I sold out of the Paint Inlay, the Iron Orchid Paint Inlay kits. So I created more. So you're going to get, and let me show you. So this is the project, and you get a virtual tutorial. So I show you how to use it in a workshop. So what you're going to get in the kit, because some people asked me, you're getting a sheet of the Iron Orchid Paint Inlay. Everybody gets a different sheet, so they all vary, but they're all absolutely stunning. This is the Grisay or Grisal Paint Inlay. You get a little natural bristle brush, my favorite tongue depressor, and little cardboard palette for waxing. You get wax, you get some pure chalk paint, and you get a board. And in this iteration of this kit, you get the Iron Orchid, and this is the 8" by 8" board. So all of the boards I have are really nice. And this one, you'll be able to pick where you want to put, and I show you in the tutorial where you want to put your design, right? Your little bird or whatever you have. And then you're going to have a lot left over for maybe doing other little projects. So that is what is in the kit. And again, there's just a limited number. I think I have 8 of these up now. Also, you guys, make sure you pick the color, the base paint color that you want. Like this one, I used ruby. I have a bunch of colors up there that you can pick from, and make sure you put it in the notes at checkout so I know what to send you. All right, let's put this away. And now, speaking of Iron Orchid, I found in my stash, we're emptying out a large space right now, these little, I think I use these for pricing things. They're like these little, they said they were chalkboards. They're really not. They're kind of shiny, but they're cool. They're just these little boards on these little easels. So I thought, you know, what am I going to do? And I have a few of them, so I might put these out as a kit also. So I thought about, I also found a whole stash of old book pages and old books that are falling apart. So I thought about decoupaging a book page like that. I was playing around with the Iron Orchid molds, and then putting in like maybe this cameo mold, this beautiful lady right in the middle of that. So today we're just going to get it ready, and then I'll continue this craft on Monday. So what I want to do, and look at this, this is called Evangeline, and I didn't really read it. I just have been looking, you know, my eyes been catching lines. But it's so pretty, and it's really fragile, so I'm going to decoupage it down. But first thing we have to do is paint. I'm going to paint this white, because when you decoupage, this black underneath is going to affect how the page looks. So I'm going to paint this with some white chalk paint. My bigger brush. Like this. And I love these little projects because they're really nice for practicing different techniques that you're maybe not really sure about. You know, everything, like so many of us, everything I teach you can be used on furniture, but you should practice a little bit before you get to that, before you do it on furniture. I have done techniques on furniture, you know, as my first time trying it. And it could be a little bit frustrating. But, you know, if you like to live on the edge like me, I guess you could do that. I'm painting the frame also, and I know it's like very farmhousey, but I want to maybe do something to it after. So I'm just going to go around and do that. And I'm using a really bright white chalk paint. I'm really glad the kit was so popular, by the way. If there are other kits you'd like to see me do, let me know. I love the rose chintz paint inlay, and it would be great for spring. So I just have to order more. So that would be a great kit also. All right, I have that. I'm gonna hit it with my blow dryer. I hope I don't lose my page. Whoops. That's what happens when you don't have patience like me. So the other thing I'm going to try to do too is I'm going to make my iron orchid mold. Again, it's either going to be the frames mold or the cameos mold. If I do the frames, it's going to be this round one, and then I'll decoupage because it's just going to fit inside of this little frame. And the cameo, I don't have that mold with me right now, but I have a little sample. She'll also fit. Maybe I'll put her, maybe I'll do two. But what I'm experimenting with is making these molds, letting them dry, and then using them on crafty type things like this. I wouldn't do this on a piece of furniture. If I was going to do a mold on a piece of furniture, I would glue it on while it's still wet. But stuff like this that's either going to be hung, not handled, if I use, I've done it, and if I use a really thick glue like Aleene's Tacky Glue or the, I think it's called Quick Bond or Tight Bonds, you can really get that underneath. And you get, you know, it doesn't lay absolutely flat, but it's got a lot of dimension, you know, and I'm gonna try doing that with this and see how it works. All right. Time for some decoupage. So I'll pour out some decoupage medium. Don't work out of your containers. We all know what happens. They get contaminated and then you ruin your products. Okay, and I'm going to brush this on. Making sure that's cool. And I want to welcome, I have a couple of new members to my Surface Anthology membership. People who are getting more and more into furniture refinishing, and they want to learn some new furniture painting techniques. So I'm excited about that. And the other thing, I'm really excited about my new workshop that's going to be out in the middle of March, the Antique Finish Workshop, taking a piece of furniture and making it look 300 years old in a good way. And hopefully you've seen the posts. It's $27. It's going to be a virtual workshop, so you'll be able to watch it at your leisure, learn in your own time, and there are going to be a bunch of different steps, and you'll also have lifetime access to it, which is really good. So join me in there. It's $27. We'll have our own Facebook group. I'll do live Q&As, that kind of stuff. And if you know of anybody who'd be interested, feel free to scatter it about and invite them. Oh, and by the way, Surface Anthology members, that's included in the membership along with all the other good stuff. All right. There's our little book page. I love it in there. So now I'm going to do another coat of the decoupage on top. Now I do check. I haven't torn apart any good books. I do check, make sure that, you know, I'm not destroying something valuable. I've got a lot of really old books. I have books from the 1600s that I think my mother collected or somebody did, and I absolutely adore reading them. They're really delicate. I have one that's in like near perfect condition, and it's all about sinning. It's so great. I love it. All right. So there's our little book page. I'm not really worried. I got a little bubble there. You know, what are you going to do? I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to make my mold, and I'm gonna let it dry. Now, when you let these molds dry, you can't just put them down like on a piece of paper and then leave it, because what happens is the top dries quicker than the bottom, and it will start to curl. So what I did is I kind of put it down on a piece of fabric, like my drop cloth here, and I turned it a couple of times, and it came out nice and flat. So that was nice. And I don't know, I'm going to see if that works. It'll be an interesting experiment. And the other thing I'll do too is paint. I'm going to paint the little easel to go with this paint. And I think this will be a fun little project, something that I would put up on a shelf in my own home. So that's it, you guys. Any questions, please ask in the comments. I'll post the link to the Iron Orchid Paint Inlay kits. Again, I just listed 8 more of them. And I'll post all the links I mentioned, my Surface Anthology membership, and oh, my workshop, my Antique Finish workshop. That'll be in the middle of March. So that's it, you guys. Have a wonderful day today. Thanks for watching. Join me on Monday, and we'll finish our cute little, yeah, it's going to go this way, our cute little easel art piece. See you then, you guys. Happy painting.